Yo, what is up guys, it's Pedro here, and in today's video we'll be talking about the Washington Commanders signing running back Michael Wiley to a reserve slash future contract, a guy that did have a good camp for the Commanders last year. Also be talking about Jayden Daniels winning Offensive Rookie of the Year, which was not surprising at all. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe. We're really close to 15,000 subscribers, less than 100 away. Let's get it before the Super Bowl. It takes 1 second. It is free. Less than 35% of you guys are subscribed. So let's get right into it. Talked about it a tiny bit in my video yesterday about Myles Garrett. Go ahead and check that out. But the Commanders did sign Michael Wiley to a reserve slash future contract. A lot of the practice squad guys, this is how they end up back on the roster with a future contract, which basically, I don't know how much it is, but I think it's even below the minimum or something. And it gives them the chance to come back in OTAs and stuff like that. So they're gonna be on the roster until they get cut or they make the roster. So whether it's in OTAs early on in May, June, or they get cut at final cuts, they can be on the roster. So just something to watch out for. Michael Wiley, running back out of USC, who did have a good preseason for the Commanders. Solid running the ball, can pass catch as well. A little bit of a fan favorite. A lot of people, he's an undrafted free agent this past year, 2024 draft. A lot of people liked him, and a lot of people wanted him to make the roster over Jeremy McNichols. I think now that the whole season went by, I think I'm happy with their decision to keep Jeremy McNichols over Michael Wiley. But who knows? Maybe Michael Wiley would have been good. They clearly still like him a little bit to keep him on the roster for at least this off season until they want to move on from him or keep him on the roster, like I said. So Michael Wiley, a guy to watch out for, probably another practice squad type of guy, but again, like I said, we saw him produce in the preseason, a guy that a lot of fans like, and a guy that has a chance to make the practice squad, maybe do a little bit better, maybe make the roster, but it's going to be hard with, have Eckler coming back. You have Brian Robinson likely going to be on the roster unless they want to move on from him. They'll probably draft a running back too or sign one. You still got Chris Rodriguez. Maybe they bring back Jeremy McNichols. So it's not a easy. There's no realistic path for him to make the roster unless he goes bonkers, unless he goes absolutely off and makes the gives them no choice. Anthony Lynn and Cliff Kingsbury no choice but to put him on the roster. Jayden Daniels, real quick, again, like I said, this is going to be a quick video. Jayden Daniels won Offensive Rookie of the Year, almost unanimous. Sam Monson from the 33rd team, I think he might have been PFF before. He was the only guy to not give his first place vote to Jayden Daniels. He had it at Brock Bowers. Obviously, I disagree with that. It is what it is. It would have been cool for him to get unanimous, Offensive Rookie of the Year, but whatever. I don't think it matters that much. I disagree with it. Jayden Daniels took his team from 4 wins to 12 wins. Obviously, you can't count the playoffs because they vote for the awards before the playoffs start, but still, I think he did more for his team than Brock Bowers. I think he had a better season. He, contributed more to his offense. Obviously, quarterback's a more important position, and it gives him more of a chance to do so. But, Brock Bowers had a really good season, like 1,100 yards, 1,200 yards. Only had 4 touchdowns, though. I think just overall, I think Jayden clears him in that category, especially when he broke the record for rushing yards as a rookie QB, had more touchdowns rushing than than Brock Bowers had receiving, and then obviously the passing touchdowns and passing yards help him out as well. I think everyone who's watching this video agrees Jayden's Rookie of the Year, and he was, and just didn't get that unanimous decision. But again, like I said, doesn't really matter a ton. He's Offensive Rookie of the Year, second one. I believe it's the second one the Commanders have had. Or Commanders / Redskins / Washington football team. I don't know if they had. Definitely second quarterback. I don't know if they had another Rookie of the Year before that. Obviously, Chase Young won Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year. RG3 won Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2012. And I believe Sean Taylor won Defensive Rookie of the Year as well. So they have had some guys in the past, but I believe there's only been 2 quarterbacks, and that's Jayden Daniels and Robert Griffin III. Hopefully Jayden Daniels continues to ascend, unlike RG3 here in DC. But yeah, overall, nothing surprising yesterday in terms of the Commanders front. On the awards, maybe I guess Dan Quinn, he only got like 1 vote or a couple votes for Coach of the Year, and I don't even think he got first place votes. I'm not completely sure, but I think obviously he should have been, if you count, obviously they don't count playoffs, but if you did count playoffs, I think he's Coach of the Year. But even if you don't count playoffs, I mean, he took a team from 4 to 12 wins, and Kevin O'Connell did a good job too. I'm not necessarily saying based off the regular season he should have been over him. I think probably yes, but I think at least give him second place over some of the other guys like Dan Campbell, and I think Sean Payton was on the same tier, and Andy Reid. Like, those guys have good rosters and their teams have been good for a long time. At least the Chiefs and then even the Lions have been good for a couple years now. So I think Dan Quinn at least deserved to be second place. But that's it for today's video. Just a quick update for y'all. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace.